Hi guys, it's Kim. Come and do a scalp foil education class with me. Today I'm in Fort Lauderdale and I'm doing a private class, and I wanted to show you guys a little behind the scenes on how my classes go. I have just launched my tickets for my US masterclass in May, and I'm going to be teaching the scalp foil technique. If you have clients that are either a little bit patchy or they want to feel like you're breaking their base, or they're having that bleach and tone but without having the scalp bleach, this is a technique that you guys need to upskill yourself in this year. Even though I was fighting for my life, bitch, with this flu that I've gotten while I was in the States, I was so excited to do one-on-one hands training with my students today. A few little tips: as I hold the section closer towards the scalp, you can see here I get more tension, and that is how I'm able to get my foils right on the scalp and get that true scalp connection. And a little fun fact, I'm gonna claim it, I was the one that started scalp foils. I mean, I didn't start it, but I was the one that first started posting about them 6 years ago, because in my apprenticeship, this is all we did. This is how I learned. I did my apprenticeship 20 years almost ago now, and this is how I learned to foil. So it wasn't like a fad thing or like a gimmicky name that I came up with. We just did scalp foils before I even knew that they were a thing. The salon that I did do my apprenticeship at 20 years ago was a blonde salon without it even being a thing back then, but predominantly all our clients were blonde. There was no Facebook, there was no Instagram, there was no social media, so we really didn't know that we were a blonde salon. It just was all that we did all day, every day. So when I tell you that I mastered the art of scalp foils before I was even able to master a tin, I am not lying. I'm really excited to teach this to you guys this year, because I do really feel like this is the service that absolutely all of my clients come to see me for. I mean, obviously the transformation technique is incredible, but that's more for a new client or a color correction. This is about 80% of our regular client service. So this is what we're doing day in, day out, and honestly, there truly is no better technique than this. It is absolutely key that you use a clay lightener. So before, you were allowed to use clay lighteners in foils, because all of the manufacturers and all of the brands never used to let us use clay lightener in foils until I started doing it. Yes, mark my words, I'm gonna call it out. This is what I also always did in my apprenticeship. We always used a clay lightener because it doesn't expand or bleed out of the foil. And when your foils are this fine and this close together, you really do not need a strong bleach to get that perfect lift. To anyone that's been to one of my classes, you guys know that I always say low and slow, because it gets most of the yellow out, and obviously it's more gentle on the hair. Of course, I'm still using K18 in all of the scalp foils that I do, because it is paramount that you're still protecting the hair. It is very easy to get breakage with this particular service. And you guys can fight me on this, but there is no better content than a scalp foil pull out or brush out at the basin. Little trick, I always do a root tap on all my scalp foil clients. It just finishes it off nicely. Whether I'm doing a level 9 to a level 6, I still always do it. The full tutorial and all the formulations that I used is on my subscription page, but right now I am just doing my ends toner, and I'm only applying that to the very front because we want the face frame to be as popping as possible. Another little tip: if you are not blow drying the fringe like this for your clients, then you are doing it all wrong. This will always make the color look 10 times better. Make sure you get the volume in the fringe and flick it away from the face. So you can see that we have the most beautiful blend, and if you forgot what her hair looked like before, this is it here. And then this is me showing my students that with this technique, you can part the hair really deep on either side, and you're still gonna get even perfection no matter where you part it.